Hi, I'm Kawa, and this is QWA Podcast. In this show, we invite friends from the architectural fraternity for a casual conversation. From design think tank to integrated practice, we discuss the trials and tribulations of architectural pursuit. We hope this informal sharing will spark conversation among the listeners. Let's begin. Hello, everyone. Today in this episode, we have Effendy Nadzri from ENDO.KL, and we are industry acquaintance. Of course, we have met here and there, but never had a time or chance to sit, and talk shop. So ENDO is a multidisciplinary design and build studio in KL with a range of, incredible bespoke work. So today, hello Effendy. Hope you're feeling good these days.
Hi Kawa, thank you. I'm very good.
Right. I think maybe we can begin with some of your social media posting. I think beside interior design and other travel photos, there is one particular, adventurous Indian trip, I would say. Can you maybe share a bit about the journey across India on motorcycle? Maybe some describe to us the challenges, the drama, and the lessons of the journey.
Sure. Okay. I always wanted to go to India for a very long time. It's just that I don't have a friend to go to India to. So when my photojournalist friend, Muhammad Hidayat, arranged a trip to India, I straight away signed for it. It's a 10 days journey on a Royal Enfield bike across state of Rajasthan.
Mm-hmm.
We started in Jaipur, and then we go all the way to the amazing blue city of Jodhpur until Jaisalmer Desert. Let me repeat that. It's a 10 days journey on Royal Enfield bike across state of Rajasthan.
Right.
We started in Jaipur, then we go all the way to the amazing blue city of Jodhpur until Jaisalmer Desert, border of Pakistan. We ended our journey in Taj Mahal. It's really mesmerizing and it's really beautiful. Our adventure took us almost 2,000 kilometers.
Wow. Okay.
And for someone who never ride a bike with a clutch, it's pretty challenging. I only learned to ride a bike once while in Malaysia for 2 hours and a few more hours on my first day in Jaipur. And then we hit the road. One of the challenges, there's a few challenges along the way. Bad road condition, crazy traffic in India, and no one seems to care about road safety and rules.
Right.
Cow and animals and even human crossing the highway like nobody's business. So you always need to be aware of what's in front of you.
Right.
And India Tamil movie always have this drama, so it affected our adventure as well.
Mm-hmm.
So halfway across the journey, my bike broke down in the middle of the desert at night. So just imagine how black it is, how dark it is at night. Yeah, and luckily after 50 minutes, few locals passed us by and came to help us. And the next day, I had to send my bike to the workshop in nearby town. Just when you thought things won't get worse, our mechanic who's serving my bike was involved in hit and run accident while testing my bike.
Mm. So how long does it take to complete the whole journey?
Yeah, the whole journey. The whole journey is 10 days. So, but it's still 10 days. So because of that incident, we have to, it's ruined our itinerary. So no matter what, we still need to ride a bike at night, which we try to avoid from the first place. Because it's winter, it's really, really cold.
Right.
And it's really dark because India highway is not like in Malaysia. There's animal crossing everywhere and it's no light at all, and it's pretty dangerous. So after the accident, I have to ride. We share a bike with my friend, and we take turns to ride the bike at night. And after a few hours, heading back to the next destination, we are too tired and it's too cold because of winter at that time, and we have to sleep by the roadside. because everyone is just too tired that night. And this is the experience that I cannot get anywhere else,
Right.
anywhere in the world, sleeping by the roadside.
So based on these photos, I'm
yeah.
sure it's such an amazing journey. Where is this
yes.
actually? Where is this hut?
This is a Nika house. It's in Jessamy Desert. It's really beautiful. You can check out the video in YouTube. You just Google Effendy Nadzri and you can find some of the short video during the trip. India is very beautiful. It's very mystical. I would do it again, but not on a bike. It's too dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
So beside those amazing travel photos, you obviously post a lot of significant interior design work, and I think maybe without going into specific, you have been offered for your service, right? So for non-monetary transaction, maybe if you can share a bit about your experience with us, it will be beneficial for the listener.
Yes, you are right. We have received numerous amount of non-monetary transaction by means of payments. Mm-hmm. However, we view this strictly against our company policy.
Right.
So before I start, I think people know that the creative industry is heavily dependent on one creativity and the years of experience in the industry. Here we look at architecture and interior design specifically. We can see design is getting more popular with the rise of boutique hotel, cafe, and internet era. People would like to experience the ambience. We understand the hype from the design. People will get excited. And we receive a lot of proposals by means of exposure. Mm-hmm. But honestly, this won't work for us. Exposure doesn't pay the bills. And while most people think how we design, we reflect on a piece of paper, that piece of paper is actually coming from the software that we use to visualize our design. And that software is very, very expensive. AutoCAD, 3D Max, SketchUp, and so on. Everything is really expensive. If you don't use a legal software,
right?
They will detect and you will get sued.
So I think your observation is right. I think there's a lot of appreciation of the public towards quality interior space, and eventually, commercial and more corporate entity are also appreciating that. And
correct.
Since then, you guys have taken numerous commission from larger company, which I think will slightly differ from private individual as a client. So maybe you can give us some hint. How do you approach them, and how does they react to your service?
Okay. Yes, the approach is very different from doing the large corporation. Is more freedom in terms of design direction for larger corporation, and it's faster too because they have they need to open the space fast. And with large corporation, we need to deal with mostly public spaces, which we enjoy giving something back to the public, where they can enjoy and appreciate our design. But we're doing project with large corporation. It's good for reputation and marketing for the public. People will be more confident with the exposure working with larger corporation. Larger corporation have shorter timeline, and this way we have to focus on putting more resources effectively, so it will not disrupt the expected handover date. And timeline for private client longer as opposed to larger corporation. Private client are more careful when making decision, and we understand because a home project, private residential project is a very personal project for them, and they may change their mind from time to time, which we totally understand. On approaching private client, it's more personalized, it's more intimate in terms of how we communicate and the design direction. We like to achieve that too. It's the personal space for client, while we're giving our touch, endo touch to it.
Right. Is it at the end of the servicing a private client, you become sort of like a friend because you know them so well, because you have, you know, you have
yes. Most of
you have interacted with them with
correct.
such a close, and intimate situation.
Yes, it's usually, for a residential project, it's very, very long. Sometimes it took more than a year.
Right.
Even 2-3 years for bigger projects, even this residential, because they take their own time to make decisions. So the dynamic of the relationship we can become friends after even we finish the project. And I think that's how we do networking and get more projects by word of mouth.
Right. And I think they do that. They recommend you because of your signature interior touch, which have a good blend of material, texture, color, and lighting, of course. So in short, what can you say about how do we achieve such desired ambience? How do we get that endo signature touch? What is the secret recipe behind those very huggable or cozy interior?
First, we always put ourselves in client perspective. We usually start with a casual meeting or chat with client over coffee or tea. It's really important to have a calm environment while understanding their lifestyle and their needs and what's their vision for their own house. Not just for residential project. Sometimes we do commercial project as well. And for example, this one project is a very small project, but we enjoy doing it. It's a vet clinic. It's called iVet. So we face a challenge where you need to separate the space for animals, specifically cat and dogs. They can't see each other. They always fight. Yeah. So our goal back then was to plan a traffic flow that is stress-free for the pets owner and their pets. Not just traffic flow, the design as well. And if you've been to any vet clinic or pet shop, the smell from their food can be very unpleasant. So we solved that problem too. Also, it's very important that we intended design is within the client stipulated budget. We respect our client's budget and we do not want to overshoot this. Our core is designing experience and emotion. But to break it down into smaller pieces, we cater our core into 4 main components. The 4 main components is planning, lighting, details, and aesthetic. In the planning stage, at this stage, we develop the master plan, the traffic flow. This one we're talking about the residential context. So at this stage, we develop the master plan, traffic flow, the spatial layout based on site context, what the site got to offer. So the main objective of this planning is to emphasize on the value that we brought to the space from the site context. Now, what values are we talking about here? We want to enhance the experience and the experiential factor for us humans. Our sense of touch, hearing, sights, and sense of smell. I would also like to bring attention to the importance of choosing materials. Soft, warm tones bring a sense of calmness and comfort, typically in a bedroom and living room. Most of our design have a neutral design palette. It is because we believe that when you have a neutral design palette, you allow the objects or furniture around the house to evolve and to change. The emotion as well as experiential is already tied at this stage because we believe that enriching experience means enhanced well-being.
Right.
Next, number 2 is the lighting. Curated lighting is important to create desired mood and experience for that particular space. Of course, we know that types of lights, general or deco, we view the placement and luminance of lights is important at this stage. It will determine what type of mood or ambience you want to create for the space. Next is the details, number 3. Details means not just the detail of the cabinetry and whatnot. It's the details on how end user will use the space, the form, the cabinetry, furnitures, up to the choosing of the artwork. It's all about attention to details. And last but not least is the aesthetic. Of course, all the space that we design need to be aesthetically pleasing. You need to, when you do design, you need to like your design. You cannot, design something that you don't like. I think that's the recipe for how we always roll.
Yeah, obviously it's very, very reliant heavily on your experience and wisdom, definitely. Even though if you knew all four angles, you would not necessarily be able to translate them into physical space. But sometimes when you are dealing with, projects that have a little bit more complication, that will require, another set of like-minded designers, like-minded individuals, but with different discipline of design. What is the apparent benefit of collaboration, especially such small house or small projects by private owners? They don't really like to get too many consultants involved because they don't like to spend their dollars on consultancy fees. So how do you find a way to make collaboration with multiple designers work financially and also design wise?
Okay. Collaboration, we did a lot of collaboration, usually with different architects and landscape architects. So we believe that chemistry and mutual respect with our partner is the most important factor in collaboration. And then usually our collaborators are long-term collaboration, which we appreciate. And then, the benefits of collaboration. There are many benefits of collaboration. One that I can share is different input from different parties that we collaborate. As you know, learning does not stop. We gain knowledge from them and they gain from us too. And another thing is how we build networking among each other, especially now in the era of social media. Whenever we post something to promote our design and our business, and we tag our collaborator, and they gain new follower and new fans and exposure. And when they post and when they tag us, and we gain more followers and fans from their side as well. So it's a mutual, what we call this?
Benefits. Yeah.
Benefits. Yep. So that's some of the benefits of collaboration.
Right. I think in your case, as a design and build outfit, I think your work has been able to be manifested closer to the intended original design. So do you think it is crucial for a designer to also be the builder? I mean, what are the other benefits of controlling both sides of the work?
I think it's really important. I mean, if you have a nice design and the contractor or the builders can't build your design, you will have a bad reputation as well. So that's why 90% of our project are design and build, because it's easier to control in the end product. We have our trusted vendors and partners whom we have worked with for a very long time, and we know their quality of their workmanship and capability, and they are already familiar with our design and our nature of work. And my partner Amrit, he is experienced in this in construction and the build side. When it is built by us, we have the confidence to face the difficulties that may arise when the building phase started, as opposed to having a third-party contractor. Which sometimes they just simply build without following the drawings or consult from us. Right. So it's really important for you, to know on the construction side as well, other than just designing.
Right. Maybe I just go in a segue a bit with that particular question. Since the
Okay.
contractor and the designer is together in the same entity, how does the private client see it? Does does they feel like they're just engaging a contractor and they assume the design is free, or they knew that the design fee will be separated, and then the fee for the contractor will be another sum?
Yes. So that particular question. Usually we are very transparent on how we charge our design to our client,
Right.
and and manage their expectation. So even before they engage us, we already inform them in advance that design fee, our design fee got nothing to do with the construction cost.
Mhm.
So because even though our project are mostly design and build, but some built by others,
Right.
because the client itself is contractor or engineer.
Mhm.
So they aware. Most of them are aware, even before they engage us,
Great.
um, about the cost and everything. So usually when we start a project, we always give them. First we give them our fee, and we give them just a simple projection on how much they need to spend. It's nothing details. It's just for example, okay, you need to spend 6 figure or 7 figure if you want this kind of design. So from there, we already manage the expectation.
Great. And I think
Yeah.
there is another aspect of Endo beside designing and building. You have your own furniture range, which I think hopefully will get into the retail market soon. But for now, as of today, where do people actually get them, or are they really Endo project exclusive?
Okay. Yeah. We before all this COVID-19 situation, we plan to turn Endohome into a retail, but due to COVID-19 situation, we are not able to proceed with our initial plans. Um, so to answer your question, at the moment is project exclusive. Um, because of this COVID-19 situation.
Right.
Um, and because we for the in-the-home product, we have we are doing R&D and establishing new relationship with our intended partners in China. Why China? Because other than the cost, and it's also the quality of the product. We discovered that Malaysia do have some limitation on fabrication materials and the technology that we would like to explore with our products. Um, so there's a limitation on the fabrication part in Malaysia. We don't, for example, as simple as metalworks. So you've seen a fine metalworks in China. In Malaysia, unfortunately, we haven't found the right vendor to produce such
Right.
fine metalworks. And however, we do have established relationships with our local partners, and we continue to do so for Endohome, especially for furniture. Malaysia have really good um, carpenter in Malaysia. So for Malaysia market, we still produce for Malaysia market, we
Locally.
still produce our loose furniture in Malaysia.
Right.
And lighting mostly in China.
I think because of some of the technique and machineries are proprietary,
Correct.
is
Yep.
exclusive
Yep.
for certain vendors. Okay, I think
Exactly. Yeah.
moving forward from there, I saw some images of factory visit to a furniture factory, I guess, initiated by MIID, and of course MIID is a very established professional organization that organize, educate, all the profession needs. But I think they can do a bit more. What do you think? I think what else can they do? Maybe
Sure.
give opportunity for local designers to go abroad, or training them a bit on business acumen.
Yes, true. The roles are extensive. I see that this initiative by MIID will put us on a bigger platform internationally. However, there are room for improvement. In my opinion, I think this platform should also extend to the small local carpenter and woodworking team. We call it artisan here in Malaysia. They call a small time designer like us, and I think it'd be nice to uh, uh, connect us with all these small team we have all over Malaysia. For example, this one, it's very rare to see a female carpenter like Hani. Hani is from Line Design. So if she, I see this as a big opportunity for them to grow for exposure and to sell their product internationally as well.
Yeah, I think that is brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they can rope them into like a, beside corporate student registration or fellow, they can have a specialized one more, for vendors that are actually interested to be MID vendor members.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that particular idea should be considered. Okay, I think that's all that we have time for this episode. Thank you so much, Effendy.
Thank you, no problem.
You can follow ENDO.KL Kuala Lumpur on Instagram and Facebook, spelled at ENDO.Kuala Lumpur. And please subscribe to QWA YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Until the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
If you enjoyed the session, be sure to subscribe to QWA YouTube channel so you will be notified if a new episode is posted. Thank you for listening. Until next time.